Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect out there. And I'm going to entitle this video, Don't Be a Niggard at the Table. So this is a video that's been floating around since last week. Getting a lot of, well, it's not just on one page. So anyway, this video entitled Chick Orders 48 Oysters on a Date and Gets Left with the Bill because she was a niggard. Now when you watch the video, let me go find the actual, give me a sec. Okay, Oyster Tuesdays, 15 dozen. So we're talking, 4 times 15 is $60, which is not really that bad. It's a deal. I guess it's more money on during the rest of the week. That's to get people to buy more drinks and come in on a day that might be slow, which might be a Tuesday. So you figure $60, drinks, side dishes, whatever, dessert and so forth. You're talking about at this type of establishment on an Oyster Tuesday, you might pay no more than about $150, maybe $200. It's both of y'all, and y'all both go all out. It might be $200, but that's really not a lot of money if you're trying to impress a chick. And it's the principle of the thing. You're looking like a real niggard, not a nigger, but a niggard. A niggard applies to Edomites, Moabites, Jake. It has nothing to do with the color of one's skin. The word niggard is different from the word, ne, that the N word. But Jake don't understand what the word, the word, when you say niggard, they think in that word because they're not well versed in the English language. Excuse me. Anyway, it says chick orders 48 oysters on a date and gets left with the bill. Now, my experience of dealing with different women back in the day, you take the woman out and all, you go through that courtship stuff. I'm trying to think. I never had a woman that act like a niggard at the table. They ordered, what was on, went to went to a nice little exclusive restaurant. Man, I took women. My money was tight. I took woman to the back in the city back in the day. They used to have these specials. You get 2 hot dogs and a soda or a drink or whatever, and for like $1.50. So you talking about you and your girl, I think it was one time, but for $1. We used to call them gut busters. So you go in there and it was always crowded because, like I said, it was one time it was $1. You can get 2 hot dogs. I mean, good hot dogs too, with the onions, the sauerkraut, the mustard, anything you want on it, right? So this chick that I was dealing with, we were dealing with each other. So I took her out certain restaurants, casual type restaurants. But then there were certain days I said, look, my money's tight today, so we going to the, $1.50 hot dog joint. She said, no problem, Anyway, I had dealt with women that even offered to pay the bill or let me go get some money. Let me stop me at the, at the ATM so I can get some money. And I might say, I don't worry about it, it's on me. I've been with chicks that, we went out and it was on them. But this new crop of demons, Menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. That applied to the men and to the women. So it says here, chick orders 48 oysters on a date and gets left with the bill. Yeah, because the dude said this bitch ain't nothing but a niggard. Oh, there's a term. I don't know how new that term is, but it's called diner hoes. Diner hoes. Women that go get with a man to go to some nice restaurant and get a nice meal and give the man don't give the man nothing, maybe a kiss on the cheek. Because she might not have the money to go out there herself, so they call it they call her a diner hoe. You got thoughts and you got diner hoes, and you got slobs, and you got niggards. And if you deal with women, if you experience a woman, you can look at a woman and you can tell she's from the bottom of the barrel. She's the gum at the bottom of your your foot. You kind of know. You kind of you kind of know by the way she talks. She says a few words. Well, she's college educated. She might have a little degree. Then you have like working class women that, graduated high school, maybe took a few years college, maybe got associate degree. But then you got the hood rats. You got the hood rats. I didn't deal with that. I stayed away from them hood rats, man. Stay away from them hood rats. So anyway, I'm not going to show you the video. What I do, if I remember, I'll leave it in the description box. If not, this will come up. The channel, the what do you call it? What do you call that term? The handle is raw 300 TV, and this was put up 6 days ago. Because now this is trending, this particular video. So anyway, let me go on to the precepts. Put a couple of precepts together. First precept, Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha 14 and 10. A wicked eye envieth his bread, and he or she is a niggard at his table. So I don't gotta, you fill in the blanks. This is self-explanatory. Look up the word niggard in the dictionary. It has nothing to do with the race of somebody. It's a frame of mind. You can be a white niggard, a black niggard, a red niggard, a blue niggard. Next precept is, we're still in Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiastes 31 verse 12. Going right to the 12th verse. If thou sit at a bountiful table, be not greedy upon it, and say not, there is much meat on it. See, if you go to like dinners and stuff like that, go to like a wedding, you make sure you eat, eat at home. So you don't eat like a damn pig at a banquet because people be talking about you and you not going to get invited to the next, gathering. Next precept. Ecclesiasticus 6 verse 10. Again, some friend is as a companion at the table. They hang out with you when you taking them out to eat, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. You take them out to eat, they eat and all that, and you're having a good time. You take the bill. You're driving a person home. It could be a woman or whatever, or a friend, a dude. And the car breaks down. That motherfucker saying, "Well, I gotta be somewhere." And they hop out and they leave. And this actually happened to me. This nigga that was in the truth years ago. The car acted up, and as soon as the car turned off, he jumped out the car and hopped. He said, "I'll see you later. Shalom." And the spirit said, "Turn the car over." The car, after he left, the car just started, and I had no trouble. And I said, "That was a spirit that didn't want that nigga in your car." That's the nigga that used to he used to stutter, and if he would be speaking, he'll hear the scripture, and then he'll keep every once in a while he'll go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, wow." Yeah, he fell out years ago. He gonna get that chip, and he gonna eat a missile. Ecclesiasticus 29 verse 26. Come thou stranger, and furnish a table, and feed me of that thou hast ready. So that's the attitude of this monstrous woman. You know what woman I'm talking about. The niggard woman. Where we gonna eat? I'm hungry. Where we gonna eat? Oh, we gonna go to the cheesecake? Nah, no, 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 no. You got to take me to an exclusive restaurant so I can have some scrimp. I'm almost done. 1 Corinthians 5 verse 11. But now I have written unto you not to keep company if any man that is called a brother be a fornicator or an adulterer, or covetous, or an idolater, or a railer, or a drunkard, or an extortioner, with such an one no not eat. So in that's talking about a niggardly person. Let me try something here. Let me come back. Let me see if it comes up. Okay, niggardly doesn't come up. Just niggard. 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 This is 1 Corinthians 11, verse 19 to 22. But you can read down. You can really read into this. You can really read the whole chapter. For there must be also heresies among you. Now we know what heresies are, right? Edomites can make it. The 12 tribe sign ain't right. The 12 tribe sign is, all the 12 tribes are Negroes, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. When ye come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat Yahweh's supper, for in eating everyone taketh before other his own supper, and one is hungry and another is drunken. What, have ye not houses to eat and drink, or drink in? You know, people want to come around when there's a banquet, a gathering. But they don't go out and speak. They're not diligent, nothing like that. But when it comes to, we having a get together, or when I say get together, like the Passover, everybody come out the woodwork to go to the Passover. They might not have gone out speaking, but they'll make it to that Passover. And so, what, have ye not houses to eat and drink in, or despise ye the church Most High, and shame them that have not? What does that mean? And shame them that have not. You're going to have people that are hungry, that are literally hungry. And you got others that come together. And this was Corinth, the church of Corinth, the Israelites of Corinth, they were a bunch of niggers. He had to constantly get on that church. So you had some that was doing good and some that wasn't doing so good, and they should eat. And you had some of them that was doing good that had jumped in front of the ones that were hungry. It says, and shame them that have not. What shall I say? Say to you, shall I praise you in this? I praise you not. Now, let me go to 19 again. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. When ye come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat Yahweh's supper, for in eating everyone taketh before other his own supper, and one is hungry and another is drunken. Oh, another thing, you got people that don't know how to handle their liquor, and they get drunk, and they make a fool out of themselves. What, have ye not houses to eat and to drink in? Or despise ye the church of the Most High, which are the people, and shame them that have not, they don't have nothing to eat? You had some poor people, and you had some people that did well. What shall I say to you? Shall I praise you in this? I praise you not. I'm not going to praise you for that. Okay, last precept. Proverbs 23, verse 1 to 3. The key verses in 2. When thou hast to eat with a ruler, someone that's over you in rank, consider diligently what is before thee, and put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given the appetite. In other words, don't pig out. You know, take what they get, what they accept before you, take a little bit over here and a little bit over there. And really, you're supposed to eat before you go there. You eat real good so that you have full. Because they ain't going to say nothing. They'll see you, you know, slobbing, you know, eating that food like you never ate before. And they're going to be talking about it. They're going to look at you a certain way. They're going to judge your character or the lack of character. It said, be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. Now let me look up the word dainties. Okay, it says savory meat, dainty, tasty or savory food, delicable food, dainties, delicacies. Now, if you go to Revelation 18, right? Let me do this. It means deep fried foods, if I'm not mistaken. Revelation 18. Okay, so it's written a little bit different. Let me do this. Okay. There was another word I'm looking for. Dainties is one of them. It says Revelation 18:14, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. So I'm going to go into the Greek for the word dainty. Laparos. That's where you get the word like a liposuction. Liposuction means they're literally lipo meaning fat or grease. They're sucking out the fat from you. Liposuction means sucking out the fat. When you cook chicken, you know there's a term. It's confit. Confit. Like you got chicken confit. It's French. It means cooked in its own fat. If you cook chicken, you don't got to put oil on the chicken, fat on the chicken. It's cooked in its own fat, and most meats are cooked in its own fat. When you just season it up, put in the oven, get all that grease, that's the fat of the meat. So what does this mean? Dainty means what? It means deep fried foods, which is who doesn't like something deep fried? Anything you eat is better when it's deep. It tastes better when it's deep fried or when it's fried up. Yeah, the blacks, these black guys, they like things fried up. Fry it up for them. Richard Pryor. Well, The mobs are the same. Mobs are the same thing. They like deep fried stuff too, because they're Jake. It said things which pertain to sumptuous and delicate style of living, eating good. Not McDonald's, but eating at a high class 5-star restaurant. Sumptuous. Let's look up the word sumptuous. And another thing on top of this thing, with this woman eating 50 oysters, and they'll tell you that she might say, well, I'm a deacon in the church, or I'm a bishop in the church. And then when you show them in the scriptures that you ain't supposed to eat, that's an unclean food, they'll say, well, the law's done away with. It's not the thing that goes into your mouth that defiles you, but what comes out, and they don't even understand that. Let me do this sumptuously. Let me do this. This is the only time it's written in the scriptures in the New Testament, which I knew. I figured it might have been there maybe a couple more times at least. Luke 16, verse 19, the rich man and Lazarus. What did it say? There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fed sumptuously every day. They ate good. They didn't eat at McDonald's or Burger King. So let me see what the word sumptuously, it takes you back to the word lampros. Lampros, splendidly, magnificently, and sumptuous living. Let's go to the root. And the root is lampros. Shining, brilliant, which means oil. What precept came up? Revelation 18, verse 14. Sumptuous and dainty and goodly. You rich, you can eat good. You eat good. High quality foods. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.